Welcome to this episode of the story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 98, Searching for Artifacts Separately and the Turmoil in Lingxi Town. The atmosphere in Lingxi Town was tense, yet bustling. Everyone swiftly carried out the actions according to the pre-arranged plan. The teams tasked with finding clues about the artifacts packed their bags, bearing the hopes of all in Lingxi Town, and set off in all directions of the spirit fantasy realm. They delved into ancient ruins, visited reclusive, powerful beings, and explored mysterious forbidden areas, leaving no clue related to the ancient spiritual power artifacts overlooked. Sumu led a group of elite forces and personally embarked on the journey to find one of the artifacts. Based on the vague clues they had gathered, they headed towards a mysterious swamp on the edge of the spirit fantasy realm. Legend had it that this swamp held great secrets, and one of the artifacts, the shadowy spirit chain, might be slumbering deep within. When they reached the edge of the swamp, a pungent stench of decay assailed their nostrils. A layer of pale green mist hung over the surface of the swamp, with strange lights faintly glimmering within. Sumu circulated his spiritual power and activated the spiritual abyss penetration, attempting to see through the hidden perils beneath the mist. Under the special perception of the eye of the spiritual abyss, he found that the swamp was filled with various strange creatures and dangerous spiritual power traps. Everyone, be cautious. This swamp is full of dangers. Stay alert and follow me closely, Sumo said in a low voice. Everyone nodded and gingerly stepped into the swamp. As soon as they entered, the silt under their feet started to shake violently, and thick tentacles emerged from the silt, coiling towards them. These tentacles were covered with mucus and gave off a revolting smell. Sumu quickly brandished the Ice Spirit Holy Staff and unleashed the Ice Spirit Prism. The powerful ice, a tribute spiritual power, instantly froze the tentacles, rendering them immobile. However, more tentacles surged in from all directions, seemingly without end. The mysterious spirit beast let out a roar and spat out purple flames, incinerating the approaching tentacles. The cultivators of Lingxi Town also launched their respective spiritual power moves and engaged in battle with the tentacles. With everyone's efforts, they managed to repel the tentacle attack for the time being. But before they could catch their breath, a deep growl suddenly emanated from the swamp. A huge swamp behemoth slowly emerged from the silt. Its entire body was covered in thick black scales. Its eyes glowed blood red, and its gaping maw was large enough to swallow an adult whole. The swamp behemoth let out a roar at the group, and a fetid black aura spewed from its mouth, sweeping towards them. Sumu promptly activated the spiritual abyss, Ice Reverse Guardian Shield, shielding everyone within. The black aura crashed into the shield, making a hissing sound, and ripples spread across the shield's surface. This monster is tough. Everyone, attack together and aim for its eyes, Sumo shouted. Hearing this, everyone concentrated their spiritual power into their attack moves and launched them towards the behemoth's eyes. Streams of spiritual power beams shot through the air like meteors and struck the behemoth's eyes. The swamp behemoth roared in pain. After being hit, black blood started to flow from its eyes, and its movements became sluggish. Seizing the opportunity, Sumu used the Ice Spirit Reverse Time Storm. The storm, containing powerful ice, attribute, and reverse time spiritual powers, swept towards the swamp behemoth. Under the impact of the storm, cracks appeared on the behemoth's scales, and its body was affected by the reverse time spiritual power, as if time was accelerating on it, gradually weakening its strength. After a fierce battle, they finally managed to defeat the swamp behemoth. The behemoth crashed to the ground, turning into a pool of black liquid that seeped into the swamp. Sumu and the others continued to make their way deeper into the swamp. In the depths, they discovered an ancient stone platform. The platform was engraved with strange runes, and in the center lay a chain emitting a faint blue light, the shadowy spirit chain. Sumu approached the platform. The moment his hand touched the shadowy spirit chain, a powerful and mysterious spiritual power surged into his body. The shadowy spirit chain seemed to be testing Sumu's power. Sumo circulated various spiritual powers within his body to counter the spiritual power of the chain. With the combined effect of reverse, time spiritual power, spiritual power, space spiritual power, and the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss, Sumo gradually tamed the spiritual power of the shadowy spirit chain and successfully took control of it. Meanwhile, those who remained in Lingxi town to handle the defense were not idle. They set up more complex and powerful spiritual power defense formations around the town. The elders of Lingxi town studied day and night, integrating the town's terrain and spiritual power veins to upgrade and transform the original defense formations. They set up the spiritual rock guardian grand array at the town entrance. Based on Earth's spiritual power, this formation could summon massive rock barriers to block enemy attacks. In the town center, they installed the spiritual fantasy labyrinth array. Once an enemy entered, they would be trapped in endless illusions and lose their way. The intelligence gathering team also sent back news. The mysterious force seemed to have split into several teams, each heading in different directions, likely also in pursuit of ancient spiritual power artifacts. Moreover, the mysterious force was gathering a large number of dark cultivators, preparing to launch a large-scale attack on Lingxi town, aiming to annihilate Sumo and his group and seize the artifacts when they returned. Upon learning this, Sumo knew the situation was urgent. He immediately led everyone, carrying the shadowy spirit chain, and rushed back to Lingxi town without delay. However, the mysterious force had already learned of their movements and set up numerous ambushes along their way back. When Sumu and his group reached a valley, countless dark cultivators suddenly emerged from all around. Armed with weapons and their eyes glinting with greed, the dark cultivators surrounded them. The leader of the dark cultivators stood on a high ground, looking at the shadowy spirit chain in Sumu's hand, and sneered, "Sumu, you've indeed obtained the shadowy spirit chain. But do you think you can take it away smoothly? Today is the end of you in Lingxi town." Sumu tightly grasped the shadowy spirit chain and said with a determined look, "You evil doers will never succeed. As long as I'm here, you won't be able to take the artifact or harm anyone in Lingxi town." With that, Sumu unleashed the power of the shadowy spirit chain. The chain instantly lengthened, shooting towards the dark cultivators like a bolt of blue lightning. Wherever the chain passed, the dark cultivators scattered, but many were still struck by it and fell to the ground. The mysterious spirit beast and the cultivators of Lingxi town quickly counter-attacked. The mysterious spirit beast spat out raging purple flames, engulfing the surrounding dark cultivators. The Lingxi town cultivators launched various spiritual power moves and engaged in a fierce battle with the dark cultivators. For a moment, the valley was filled with flickering spiritual power lights and the deafening roars of battle. Seeing this, the leader of the dark cultivators waved his dark staff and cast the Dark Inferno curse. A powerful dark spiritual power surged from the staff, creating a dark inferno in the valley. In this inferno, flames raged and lava churned, rushing towards Sumu and his group. Sumu quickly activated the spiritual abyss, Ice Reverse Guardian Shield, and combined it with the spiritual power shields of the others to resist the attack of the Dark Inferno curse. However, the power of the Dark Inferno curse was extremely powerful, and the shield trembled violently under the impact, on the verge of breaking at any moment. In this critical moment, can Sumo lead everyone to break through the ambush of the dark cultivators and return to Lingxi town safely? Can Lingxi town hold its ground against the impending large-scale attack? And what actions will the mysterious force take in the process of searching for other artifacts? Everything is full of uncertainties, making people's hearts clench tightly. Sumu knew he couldn't just wait for disaster to strike. While doing his best to maintain the shield, he quickly thought of a countermeasure. In this tense situation, he suddenly remembered a special ability of the shadowy spirit chain. It could briefly disrupt the enemy's spiritual power perception. Sumu concentrated, circulated the spiritual power in his body, and exerted the power of the shadowy spirit chain to the fullest. The faint blue chain glowed brightly, emitting mysterious waves. These waves, like an invisible force, quickly spread among the dark cultivators, interfering with their spiritual power perception. The dark cultivators immediately felt dizzy, and their originally orderly attacks became chaotic. Now, everyone attacked. Sumo shouted. The mysterious spirit beast let out a roar and spat out even more ferocious purple flames, which rampaged through the dark cultivators like a huge fire snake. The cultivators of Lingxi Town also seized the opportunity and launched their most powerful moves. For a moment, various spiritual power lights intertwined and attacked the dark cultivators. The leader of the dark cultivators noticed the change in the situation. He was both shocked and angry. He knew that if he couldn't restore his subordinates' spiritual power perception as soon as possible, they were bound to lose this battle. So, he took out a black crystal from his bosom, infused it with powerful dark spiritual power, and threw it into the air. The black crystal instantly burst out a strong dark light, which was like a sharp blade, trying to sever the interference waves emitted by the shadowy spirit chain. Seeing this, Sumu felt a sense of urgency. He knew this was the counter-attack of the dark cultivator leader and had to stop him. Sumu quickly waved the shadowy spirit chain and used the shadowy chain bind. The chain shot towards the leader of the dark cultivators like a blue rope. The leader sensed the danger and quickly dodged to the side, but the chain was too fast and still wrapped around his arm. Sumu gave a hard tug, causing the leader of the dark cultivators to lose his balance and stumble forward. At this moment, an elder from Lingxi Town used the spiritual thunderstrike. A thick bolt of lightning descended from the sky and struck the leader of the dark cultivators. The leader had no time to dodge and let out a scream as he was hit. The black crystal in his hand also dropped to the ground, and its light dissipated instantly. Without the support of the black crystal's power, the interference waves of the shadowy spirit chain took effect again, and the dark cultivator's spiritual power perception fell into chaos. Sumu and his group took the opportunity to launch a full-scale counterattack. Their attacks rained down on the dark cultivators like a tempest. The dark cultivators were in chaos and could hardly organize an effective resistance, so they started to retreat one after another. Seeing this, the leader of the dark cultivators knew the game was up. Filled with reluctance, but in order to preserve strength, he could only order a retreat. The dark cultivators fled the valley in a sorry state, like a pack of defeated dogs. Sumu watched the retreating figures of the dark cultivators without relaxing his vigilance. He knew that the mysterious force was surely going to take further actions, and the large-scale attack on Lingxi Town was imminent. Everyone, hurry up! The crisis in Lingxi Town has not been resolved yet. We must return as soon as possible and work together with everyone to deal with the attack of the mysterious force, Sumu said. Everyone nodded in agreement and quickly packed their things, then continued their journey back to Lingxi Town. While Sumu and his group were on their way back, preparations for the defense in Lingxi Town were also in full swing. The elders of Lingxi Town constantly inspected and improved the defense formations, ensuring that every detail was perfect. The common people also sprang into action, helping the cultivators carry supplies and reinforce the houses. The entire Lingxi Town was united as one, ready to face the arrival of the mysterious force. In the headquarters of the mysterious force, upon learning of the failure of the ambush, the leader of the mysterious force flew into a rage. A bunch of useless fools. They can't even handle such a simple task. Sumu and the others must have already returned to Lingxi Town with the shadowy spirit chain. Immediately speed up the preparations for the attack on Lingxi Town. We must break through Lingxi Town and seize the artifact before they can join forces with the town's defense forces. The leader of the mysterious force roared as he issued the order. The dark advisors took the order and left one after another. The dark army of the mysterious force began to assemble rapidly. A dark aura filled this area of the spirit fantasy realm, and a great battle was about to break out. Can Sumu and his group return to Lingxi Town in time to join forces with the town's defense forces and resist the large-scale attack of the mysterious force? Can the defenses of Lingxi Town withstand the crazy onslaught of the mysterious force? And what role will the artifact in Sumu's hand play in this intense confrontation? Everything is full of suspense, making people extremely worried about the fate of Lingxi Town. The story continues. More exciting content is coming up. Subscribe as soon as possible.